Everybody, Mark from Gamers UK with another slightly delayed installment of Dragonage Origins. So hopefully, you've been keeping track of what we've been doing. Where were we last time? We were we just recruited Sten last time, I believe, and in this episode, this is the first part of a two-parter, where we're gonna recruit a very useful party member. Let's just watch this first. Yeah, someone's been on the shrooms again. Crazy dreams. Drug-addled induced dreams by our Grey Warden there. Anyway, this is actually the first time we're introduced into the campsite. This is where all your party members will be congregating when you're not out and about in the world of Ferelden, battling evil and all that other stuff. So if you want to come here, you can speak to all the members that you've recruited, and when you leave the campsite, you'll be able to pick and mix your party members. So you know it's where you come to regroup. It's where you come. There's a merchant as well, the dwarf fellow who we rescued in Lovering. He checks up and sets up shop in the campsite. There's also a guy. If you've got the Warden's Keep DLC, there's a guy here who will initiate that DLC, and I'm still debating whether or not to put it in this playthrough, this Let's Play. Initially, I said I wouldn't do any DLC, but obviously, Shale the Golem, which is the Stone Prisoner DLC, it's too good to pass up. I mean, who doesn't want to have a giant guy made out of stone in your party? I mean, he's pretty good. So anyway, this is just the camp site, so we're just gonna mosey around here, look at everyone's stats. I've got no idea what I was doing here. Looking at Sten. He's got looking at his stats. I mean, look, Sten's got 28 strength, so he's pretty strong. So like I say, if you want to use Sten, I'd recommend you use him as a tank. Ideally, he would be either heavily armored for maximum defense, and with a two-handed weapon, such as a two-handed sword or a two-handed axe. I would not advise anything other than heavy armor for Sten, because he needs to be well protected, because I just cannot imagine that guy holding a shield.
As you wish. So
there we just leave. Basically, that's just a cutscene to establish that whole dream, that whole crazy dream. That was all about the Darkspawn and how Grey Wardens can sense them. So
Yes.
Anyway, we're gonna head over to Soldier's Pass. That's where you need to go to initiate the Stone Prisoner DLC, which is basically the DLC that we will be recruiting Shale with. Now, along the way, I think we run into some resistance here. So, by the way, this is not live commentary. I know I did live commentary in the last video. I said I was going to do live commentary, but the next 2 videos after this one will also be post editing commentary. So you won't get live commentary again until part 8, I think. So sorry about that. As always, look at how I'm set up in this battle. We got Liliana attacking the Hurlock Alpha from the side, where she will do a lot of damage as a rogue with two weapons, and Morgan as a backup role, casting spells there, allowing Bob and Alistair to get in close and personal and deal as much damage as they can do without having to worry about the other 2 party members getting their asses kicked. So pretty pleased with the way that I handled that battle. Obviously, they don't all happen like that. Sometimes you get your ass kicked, and I think in the next video I do actually die. So I'm obviously not as good as I think I am, but these traps can be disarmed for XP, but obviously your rogue has to have good enough, trap skill. And I don't know. I just tried with my Grey Warden. It obviously didn't work. Some pretty good items from the Honnleath Alpha, really. But I wouldn't really spend too much time picking corpses in these little skirmishes here. Like some enemies, you know, are gonna drop pretty good items, like Honnleath Alphas, ogres. They're gonna drop pretty good items, maybe a gemstone and a piece of armor or a weapon. But the weaklings, they generally won't drop that good of stuff. Sometimes you'll luck out, get a health poultice, which will be useful. So you know, searching the fallen corpses of your enemies is pretty rewarding, I would say. Also pretty handy if you're into necro. No, I'm not gonna go there. So yeah, you speak to this sad sack of crap, and he'll initiate the Stone Prisoner DLC. He's just whining about how his donkey is run off. I don't know.
Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
Pleased to meet you, you fucking dickwad.
Oh no! I sent the elf to do that. I wouldn't dream of asking a stranger to do it.
That's one thing that I'm. If I had to pick a problem, it's not really a problem with the game, but the whole Civil War thing, like it's mentioned by NPCs in the game, and it's frequently referred to in the cutscenes and stuff. But as an actual presence in the game, for a land that's supposed to be in Civil War, there is remarkably very little actually going on. You know, I think there's one quest where you can fight a couple. You know, you can fight a small squadron of troops, and that quest is called Civil War. And I mean, I was expecting a bit more, you know, like expecting you to run into bands of the low-range troops or whatever, and just a few more skirmishes happening across the land, you know. But for everyone referencing this Civil War, I mean, it doesn't really have much of a presence in the actual game, so I was a little bit disappointed by that. So anyway, you speak to this loser, and you get the control rod. And as he said, I probably talked over him, but he said the control rod controls the golem, and so hopefully we're gonna go find the golem, which is in a town called Honnleath, and we're gonna go wake him up so he can join us on our quest. Poison making there is it's kind of useful, I guess. I mean, I play around with it once. You can make poisons. You make poisons, and you make like vials of acid which you can throw at people, which are mildly, well, they're not very useful. If I'm being honest, I would skip that until you want to be. It's something you would like to try, but like this is one of the I never realized how many random events are in this game. And these two fatties here, these two fat asses, these two lard asses, they apparently they found a baby, and this is actually a reference to the movie Superman. So you know, Superman was found as a baby in a crater, and instead of finding kryptonite, we find a meteor metal ore. And you're probably wondering, what the fuck is that? Well, why do I want to take that? Well, you want to take it. Trust me if you find it. To have a chance of this random event happening, and I don't know what the percentages are of it happening. It's only ever happened to me twice. But to have a chance of it happening, you have to have the Warden's Keep DLC. Because an NPC who is involved in that DLC, he can craft you a very, 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 very good sword with that ore. So it's well worth, if you've got the Warden's Keep DLC, just, you know, put your hands together and pray to God that you will, you know, somehow stumble across that cutscene and you'll be able to get the ore. It's very good. This is Honnleath, and some people were killed. some people were killed, and yeah, Darkspawn have taken over. So nothing's simple. We're gonna have to clear them out before we can progress. catching me in a rare mood today. This is my informative mood. Usually I just sort of mess around and tell an anecdote or two, and generally try and be a bit more funny. But seriously, I don't have any ammunition to go on at the moment, so I'm just kind of like pointing out what's going on in the game. Yeah. These guys annoy me. Genlocks, however you say it, I don't know. How do you say Genlock. It's all Greek to me. Genlocks are pretty useless. I think I already explained in a video that they're pretty weak. We're gonna level it up, which is pretty good because she's our only mage at the moment. I will be. Yeah, I won't. Well, I'll leave spoilers for a while, but anyway, here we go. Willpower and magic is all you want to spend for your mage. If you're making a mage character, all you want to do is spend your points on willpower and magic, and from time to time, don't neglect the constitution, because obviously you want to have. If you are attacked, you want to make sure you got a little bit of health to go by. Obviously, there are defensive spells you can create and make. And in fact, I would say there is a very good selection of spells in this game, and often, you want to get them all, but it's just not possible to learn every spell. So you have to kind of like think, well, I'll take a chain of spells from the offensive type school, and then get some from the more defensive type, and it gets good healing spells to make sort of well-rounded mage. That's what I would do. But I mean, it's up to you. I mean, but if you make a mage, choose your spells wisely, because some might seem good, but then they don't really, present them. They don't really. You can't really cast them all the time. You know what I mean? Like in certain events, so Mind Blast is pretty good move. I mean, you can stop the enemy in their tracks. But I mean, what if you're surrounded by a lot of enemies? That sort of thing. You have to make informed decisions in this game regarding what skills you want to allocate your characters. So that's one of the acid vials I was talking about. It's actually called an acid flask. Flask vial Thermos. I don't give a fuck. This is Olaf's chest. I don't know who Olaf is, but apparently he left a chest behind, and inside that is a pretty decent weapon, although at the level I am at, it won't be as decent as it could be. But you'll want to get that, and the key to that chest is actually very easy to find. We'll actually find it in this video, and we will actually go back to the chest in a few minutes and collect the item that's inside there. That's a barrel with a silver bowl inside. As you do, just look in barrels, find rare antiquities inside barrels.
No, I don't think so.
Yep, more Darkspawn to take down. These guys are led by Alpha, so you want to take him out as fast as you can. He's pretty strong, actually. A dual handed weapon wielder. As you can see, Alistair got a bit he got ganged up on a little bit there. Yeah, Alistair's getting ganged up on, so you gotta. Again, look at the positioning of Leliana. I could have done better. I could have positioned her behind the Hurlock, and sometimes in the heat of battle, you kind of don't always think. But I got a nice little decapitation animation there, so it's all good. It's all good. Hurlock there. He's the lone survivor. Not anymore. He's dead. As I was saying, well, that's a lock chest, but I think I can unlock. Yep. And his maul. And unfortunately, none of my characters use the maul. Although in hindsight, I might go and get that back. There you can see Templar specialization. I mentioned in part 3, I think, or part 2, that Alistair is a Templar specialization. And the reason I chose Bob my hobo-looking Grey Warden. The reason I chose him to be a Templar specialization is because I like it, and well, no spoilers again. But I like it because you can deal good damage to mages. You can sap their MP. If you've got the every blow that you deal to a mage class character will sap their MP as well as their HP, and as well as some very good skills that come along later in the chain. There's free ups. The last one is called Holy Smite, and that's a very good technique. I always thought that it was pronounced golem, but these guys say it like golem, as in like, you know, golem, stupid fat hobbit. That golem. They pronounce it like, I always just think of Lord of the Rings golem whenever I hear them say it's a golem. But you know, golem is the same word. Coincidentally, golem is also a Pokemon. Geodude's final tier evolution. Geodude is just about the Pokemon that you find in any cave. So anyway, I don't know why, but I took control of Liliana. We're gonna go back to the cage. Not cage, chest. Why is it cage? I'm thinking of work. Oh god. We're gonna go get that chest that has the weapon in, and Olaf's chest has Olaf's prized cheese knife. As you can see, it has 2 slots there. There's 2 square boxes. Basically mean later on in the game we will find items called runes. Oh, pardon me. We'll find runes. And runes can be like a fire rune, an ice rune, or a paralysis rune, and they can inflict status effects upon an enemy. And you can slot them into weapons, and if you get a fire rune and slot it in your weapon, fire plus 5 damage or whatever, then it'll do fire damage. So you know, when you get those unique weapons, some of them have pretty good slots. Some have like 3 slots, which is awesome. And the cheese knife has 2 slots, so definitely going to be keeping hold of that for a while. But at this stage, I think you need 24 agility to use it, and I think Liliana at this moment in time has 22. But I do later on in the video, in the next part, she will level up, and I'll be able to equip it to her, which I think I do. These crystals, just collect them all, unless your inventory is full. Collect them all because when we get Shale, who is the golem, that's what he uses as his weapon and armor. He doesn't use conventional weapons because he's a golem. Instead, he has crystals that grow on his body. More darkspawn for us to fight with. I mean, they are a nuisance, but I mean, these guys are not too difficult. Just a bunch of genlocks. But as we progress further in this part, there is one room that has like an ass load of them. There's loads of them in this one room, and that's when I get killed. So I have to change my tactics, which I will do. But I'm foreshadowing. I shouldn't foreshadow. I should wait until the next video comes out. Yeah, it's really good that the music has come back, because I noticed in the first couple of parts the battle music it didn't turn up, but I'm really glad that it's now showing up. I don't know whether it was a conflict with the capture card or something, but yeah, I'm glad that it resolved itself somehow. I don't know how. You know, if you are gonna make a poison a character with poison making as a skill, definitely check the bodies of Darkspawn, because they drop a lot of poison crafting items, a lot of poison, items which you'll want to use if you're poison orientated. That's a gift. I think we can give that to somebody who we haven't recruited yet as a gift, so we'll have to hold back on that one before we can do that. This is the room I was talking about. There is a fuckload of Darkspawn in here, and as I'm going to demonstrate here, rushing in headlong is not what you want to do when you find this room. because there is loads of darkspawn in here, and recklessly charging in, trying to take down the leader like I'm doing here, it will not do you any favors. It just will not. I mean, cursed, and I died. And once your main warriors die, in this kind of setup, 2 warriors, a mage, and a rogue, once your warriors die, you pet it. As you can see, I try and flee the battlefield, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this installment of the Dragon Age Origins Let's Play. It's continuing. Don't worry, I died, but my journey hasn't really ended. You'll be seeing me redo this part, and I'll show you how to do it with the proper tactics in the next part of this Let's Play. I've been Mark. I am Mark from GameBusters UK, and thank you for watching the Let's Play. Tune in to the next installment, which I promise will have you in stitches.